Recently, Billy Eichner's movie Bros flopped. In response, he blames the flop on straight people not turning out to gay movies enough. Do you think that this is why the movie flopped, or could there be other problems? Do you have any thoughts on this matter?
Yeah, I'm curious your thoughts.
Well, based on the trailer, it looks like something that is masquerading as like, oh, we're so new and edgy, but literally it's just hinging on the characters being gay and it being like about gay relationships. But it looks like, you know, it looks like way too clean and polished. There's no big actors in it. Sorry, Billy. Like nobody shows up to see your movie in a theater. It's difficult to get people in theaters right now. Like, if you want to put Brad Pitt in your movie, maybe you'll get some people in it. But like, you can't just sell it on Billy on the street. Like, it's not like, oh, you straight people are to blame. Like, that's fucking stupid. Who was the last person that said that? The Charlie's Angels
Banks,
director?
Yeah,
who was like, men didn't show up to see the movie. I'm like, yeah, well, women are 52% of the population, so I don't know if men are to blame for that one.
Yeah. He says, like, people are homophobic. That's why they didn't see the movie. I agree with him. People are homophobic. Most people are. I don't disagree with that. But also, it's like, you know, you're kind of marketing to like a certain demographic. Like, bad. That's the demographic, right? Like gay people go out to see it. Like that should be enough. Yeah, it kind of looks like a dumb comedy. Like maybe people just didn't want to see it.
It's disingenuous though, isn't it? Like, when a movie's like of a certain quality, it doesn't matter. Like, what the characters are, who it's about. Like, you got your Moonlights, Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, sure.
Moonlight.
We just talked about. Like, yeah, that did great.
Love Simon, that came out like a few years ago.
True.
I just don't get I don't get why directors feel like people are entitled to go see their movie. Like,
they have to explain it somehow because their ego's attached to it. You know, if the movie fails, they fail, and they have to tell themselves why they're not a failure.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like, okay, well, there was too much money attached to this with not enough star power is the biggest issue. Like, you put in way too much of an investment.
Factors,
If this was like a small little indie movie about gay relationships and it did the whole festival circuit and it wasn't like, oh, we need to have people in the seats or else it's a failure, then it would have done fine. But like, dude, you're Billy Eichner. You're not gonna... You wouldn't get people in the seats if it was the same movie about straight people. Like, it looks too sanitized. Sure, it's R-rated.
Maybe, I mean...
But, like, sanitized in terms of, like, detached from reality. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a personal movie made by someone who isn't, like, a privileged millionaire. You know? Like, you're trying to make a story about, like, relationships and, like, people living in New York and, like, okay, everybody's just able to afford this, like, gigantic apartment by themselves. I stole that observation from R.M. Brown, by the way.
Oh, okay. You have a point about the star power. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, but there's not really like a lot of big recognizable names like in the movie. Like I don't know who that Billy is. Like, I don't know. I knew the guy. He's in Community. I knew him. I'm like, okay, I know him. But there's not like a lot of people. It kind of reminded me of like one of those Judd Apatow kind of comedies, which I really don't like. Oh, he did? Okay. It reminded me of one of those. Yeah. And, you know, Judd Apatow usually has, like, bigger actors. Like, he has Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
people that get people in the seats.
Leslie Mann, right? Like, you know, people you know. Like, Megan Fox is in one of them. And, like, you know these people. Like, it's not, like, the same, right? And it's not, like, usually... There's, like, a bunch of actors in them, too. So, like, you got a good point about the stars. I think that's a part of it.
Star power, post-COVID, like, nobody... Like, it's insanely difficult to get people into theaters at this point.
Yeah, unless you have like AMC A-list, right?
Right? Like maybe it would have been successful if it was on Netflix. Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're expecting it to be like Bad Neighbors level.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this director just to see what he'd done. He did both of those Bad Neighbor movies and like Get Him to the Greek. But as you say, those all have like big stars in.
Yeah, Zac Efron.
Really the same level.
Yeah, Rose Byrne, Seth Rogen.
Yeah. It's not that much of a mystery. Like, sure, 100%, there's probably people who would avoid this because they would feel uncomfortable watching a movie about gay relationships. Sure. But that doesn't mean that that's the only reason why the movie wasn't successful. And it's just a weird excuse to make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very similar to the Charlie's Angels thing.
Yeah.
Like,
This movie went broke because it went woke. It was too woke.
Oh, this again.
Yeah.
It went broke.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Is that like a thing now?